The most dangerous lie about cheaters is that they are all unhappy in their relationships. Some of the most prolific deceivers actually love their partners deeply, yet destroy everything for a fleeting moment of validation. This goes deeper than bad choices, involving a specific rewiring of the brain that rewards betrayal with a chemical high. Psychology suggests the person sleeping next to you might hide a secret life not out of hatred, but because they love the thrill of the deception itself. We are stripping away the excuses to expose the raw, uncomfortable science of why people cheat. Most people assume that the moment someone crosses the line, they are crushed by a wave of guilt. That assumption is incorrect. Research consistently shows that for many, the immediate reaction to getting away with unethical behavior is a spike in positive affect, known as the cheater's high. This dopamine rush rewards the successful navigation of risk, similar to the thrill of a high-stakes gamble. It focuses less on the affair partner and more on the act of deception itself. The secrecy becomes addictive. Instead of remorse, they feel smarter, faster, and more alive than the person they are lying to. This biological feedback loop explains why someone who promised fidelity can look you in the eye and lie without blinking. Serial cheaters often display fingerprints of the Dark Triad, comprising narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy. These serve as personality structures rather than buzzwords, fundamentally altering how a person views loyalty. A narcissist views your devotion as their due, while treating their fidelity as an option. They cheat because they feel entitled to more attention and validation. Psychopaths are even colder, detaching completely from the emotional damage they cause. For them, a partner is just an object to be positioned on a chessboard. If moving that piece off the board serves their game, they will make the move. They cheat not by accident, but because they lack the empathy hardware required to care about your pain. Not every cheater is a cold-blooded narcissist, as some are drowning in insecurity. In 2024, a large study of over 13,000 people found a direct link between anxious attachment styles and infidelity. These individuals cheat, not because they want to leave, but because they are terrified you will leave them. Their need for constant reassurance acts as a bottomless pit, so panic sets in if you miss a call or forget a compliment. They seek an external partner for a quick hit of validation to prove they are still lovable, rather than for sex. They sabotage the relationship they desperately want to keep because they cannot handle the uncertainty of relying on just one person for their self-worth. In contrast, we have the avoidant attachment style, where people value independence over intimacy. When a relationship gets too close, they panic, using cheating as a tool to create distance. By having a secret partner, they ensure they never have to be fully vulnerable with their primary one. This subconscious defense mechanism keeps one foot out the door to protect them from being engulfed. The affair acts as a buffer to dilute the intensity of a committed relationship so they can feel safe. They seek an escape hatch from the intimacy you are trying to build, rather than looking for love elsewhere. If you find this breakdown of human behavior fascinating, subscribe to the channel to see us examine the darkest corners of psychology every week. Next, we examine the evolutionary reason why people trade partners. Biology can be ruthless. Evolutionary psychologists have long debated why humans stray, and the leading theory in 2025 is the mate-switching hypothesis. This suggests that for some, infidelity functions as a subconscious interview process. They are lining up a replacement before letting go of the current branch rather than simply cheating. This low-risk strategy ensures the cheater is never alone or without resources. They stay in the current relationship to maintain security while testing the waters for a better option with more status, better genes, or more resources. It is cold, calculated, and biological. The heartbreak they cause you becomes collateral damage in their drive to upgrade. Someone who considers themselves a good person sleeps at night while living a lie through cognitive dissonance. The human mind cannot survive the tension of believing it is moral while doing something immoral. So the brain rewrites reality. The cheater invents a narrative where they are the victim, telling themselves their partner fails to appreciate them, or that the affair saves the marriage by making them happier. They lie to the mirror as well as to you. These mental gymnastics allow them to compartmentalize their betrayal, keeping their self-esteem intact even as they destroy yours. To keep the dissonance at bay and the secret buried, the cheater turns to gaslighting, which acts as the weaponization of reality. When you ask where they were last night, they attack you for asking, instead of merely denying it. They might claim you are crazy, or that your insecurity is ruining the relationship. This preemptive strike buys them cover by making you doubt your own sanity. They project their own crimes onto you, accusing you of flirting or checking out others. This dazzling display of manipulation is designed to keep you off balance. The goal is making you feel guilty for suspecting the affair rather than just hiding it. Betrayal is sometimes fiscal rather than physical. In 2025, financial infidelity has exploded, with 40% of adults in live-in relationships admitting to hiding money or debt from their partners. The worst offenders are Gen Z, where that number rises to 67%. This involves secret credit cards, hidden crypto wallets, or siphoning cash into a private escape fund. Although it may seem less severe than a sexual affair, the psychology involves the same deception, breach of trust, and unilateral decision to prioritize self-interest over the partnership. When these financial secrets come to light, the feeling of betrayal is often just as visceral as finding lipstick on a collar. The definition of cheating has mutated, introducing the era of micro-cheating, where actions are undeniably betrayal even if they are not technically sex. This includes keeping dating apps installed as a precaution, sending flirty DMs that disappear, or maintaining a back-burner roster of potential partners. In 2025, secrecy defines digital infidelity rather than touch. If you delete the message history before handing your phone to your partner, you have already cheated. The dopamine hit from a notification can be as potent as a physical touch. These digital transgressions erode trust slowly, like rust, until the foundation of the relationship collapses under the weight of 1,000 unread messages. We often assume character is destiny, yet character is frequently just a lack of opportunity. Research suggests a large amount of infidelity is purely situational. These people never planned to stray, but found themselves in a hotel bar with a sympathetic stranger and too many drinks. As inhibition lowers and opportunity rises, the brain's impulse control fails. The crimes of opportunity model reveals that fidelity is often an active daily choice rather than a permanent state of being. Remove the safeguards, add alcohol and anonymity, and even a devoted partner can turn into a stranger instantly. Revenge serves as a powerful motivator, with about 11% to 15% of cheaters admitting to straying solely to settle the score. This retaliatory infidelity often stems from feeling neglected, wronged, or suspecting their partner cheated first. The affair becomes a weapon to restore the balance of power, forcing the partner to hurt the way they hurt. This act of aggression dresses up as intimacy, yet the tragedy is that it rarely brings the craved satisfaction. Instead of balancing the scales, it simply burns the entire house down and leaves both parties standing in the ashes of their former relationship. A difficult reality to accept is that you can be the perfect partner and still get cheated on. Relationship therapist Esther Perel has documented countless cases of the happy cheater, where individuals love their spouses and enjoy their lives, yet still stray. They are looking for a new version of themselves rather than a new partner. They miss who they were before the mortgage, the kids, and the responsibilities. The affair acts as a time machine, allowing them to briefly revisit a time when they were unburdened and dangerous. This existential crisis is resolved through the worst possible method. Discussing the psychology of cheaters requires acknowledging the psychology of their victims. The discovery of an affair triggers a specific form of PTSD called betrayal trauma, where the victim's reality shatters. Their brain struggles to reconcile the partner who loved them with the one who lied to them. This cognitive shock causes hypervigilance, flashbacks, and physical illness. It is a physiological injury to the attachment system rather than just sadness. While the cheater might just want to move on, the victim is left trying to reassemble a fractured psyche, often taking years to trust their own judgment again. Addressing the question of whether a cheater always remains a cheater reveals grim statistics. Studies indicate that someone who has cheated in a past relationship is 3 times more likely to cheat in their next one compared to someone who has always been faithful. The neural pathways allowing for deception strengthen with every lie, although change is not impossible. It requires a total dismantling of the ego, where the cheater accepts full responsibility without excuses. They must be willing to sit in the discomfort of the pain they caused. Most avoid this work, preferring to find a new partner who does not know their secrets yet. The lines of fidelity are blurring in 2025, yet the core human need for trust remains absolute. The psychology of cheating reveals that it involves the cheater's inability to manage their own impulses, insecurities, and ego, rather than the victim's inadequacy. Whether it involves a digital flirtation or a long-term double life, the root is always a failure of integrity. Understanding the mechanics of why people cheat offers the power to see the reality behind the lies, even if it does not lessen the pain. While you cannot control their choices, you can absolutely control what you tolerate. Trust functions as a fragile currency that is agonizingly hard to earn back once spent. The psychology of the cheater teaches us that betrayal is a complex mix of biology, opportunity, and personality flaws. Knowing the science offers a strange kind of peace by confirming that the betrayal resulted from their internal battle rather than your worth. Remain vigilant, trust your instincts, and recognize that loyalty is a choice renewed every single day.